Hi, dear participants. Welcome to this National Faculty Development Program on the fifth day. Like every day, we are going to have a dynamic personality today. He does not belong to English department. He basically is an engineer, and he got MSc degree in geology. He has specialized in hydrogeology. Often Kanyakuamri district people can see him on TVs and local newspaper. Whenever rain comes, whenever we have any climatic issue, the media person is always behind him. And he has experienced more than 10 years of experience in regular teaching and 5 years of experience as industrial. And one more thing, he is a former associate professor of an Ethiopian university, Assona. He has worked a period of 2 years at Ethiopian country. Before going to Ethiopia, he was working at Chennai, Chengalpattu College, Asan Memorial Engineering College, and he has shifted to Virudhunagar, SIT, Sedu Institute of Technology, and he has worked sometime at Xavier College, Kanyakuamri, in Kanyakumari. And he has worked experience, his vast area of experience in industry, also something different. And these 4 days we were listening an English teacher's lecture. Now we people are going to listen an English lecture by a geology professor. I'm happy to welcome Dr.D.Satheesh Herbert Singh, Assistant Professor and Head of Malankara Catholic College, Mariyagiri, near Kaliyakkavilai, Kanyakuamri district and Tamil Nadu. Sir, I am happy to welcome you. I must say something about his personality, what sort of man he is. While discussing my objective with my principal, he instructed me to get a person from very near to our college. That means one who is working under the affiliated institutions of Madras University. I had chosen him. Actually, I had known about him through his online YouTube videos. He has published many videos, and I have read about him in a local newspaper. As I said earlier, when rain comes and when we have any climatic condition, changes of climatic condition, we can often see him in our local news channel and Tinamalar and the Tamil papers. Then I searched about him. I gone through about him in Wikipedia, which I got a very good message from this fellow. And he has specialized in hydrogeology. That is very different. And usually people are also not talking about who they are. But here, when I first called him, I got his number from one of my very good friend, Dr. Venkatraman, who is also working at the same college. While talking about him, he was telling that he is a very nice man. He has vast experience in teaching as well as industry, and overseas experience. I talked to him. Immediately he was not accepted. After one day, he responded to my call and he said that yes, sir, I'm ready to do. Yes, sir, I will give a 1 hour lecture about essentiality of English for academic purpose. Here in the academic sense, what he is going to talk about, a specific purpose for English, that we are very familiar with that. When a language becomes specific, we just think that we English teachers, we know that many field of English, the usage of English, how our students, arts and sciences students and other professional students are using English through the script, assignment and internal tests and semester examination. We can understand what sort of language they are using. But here, he is going to talk about the different perception, different literacy of science and engineering student. We could not compare these two students easily because they are like two poles. Engineering is one pole, and this one, science, is another pole. The arts student's language is something different from a science student. Science student language is completely different from a technical student. I mean, professional student, engineering student. I had an experience on that. Sir, I am happy to welcome you on this our national faculty development program through this online forum. Happy, sir. I'm happy to welcome you. Please come. Now the forum is for you. Dear participants, I would like to say about Dr. Herbert Singh again. I didn't say anything about his graduation. He has awarded a Ph.D. from Madras University under Presidency College 15 years back, and he awarded post graduation from Mysore University. While doing his MSc in Geology, he also awarded a post diploma degree course. That time he got endowment award, that is gold medalist. He is a MSc gold medalist, and he has his graduation from he graduated, I mean under graduation from VOC College, Thoothukudi. Sir, I'm happy to welcome you, sir. Please, this forum is for you.
Very good morning to one and all. Today we are going to discuss about the essentiality of English language in science. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer for giving me the golden opportunity to share my experience with you. Today, most people from our country feel English is the toughest language. We don't know the reason. Many times we will skip this reason. The students feel bad about English. They hate English. Because of this, they give less priority to their language. In the school days, the students will take English as a subject. They will just study. They will clear the exam, and they will just forget about the English. The importance of English will not be taught properly to the students. They give less priority, and this makes them feel English very difficult. Especially in the scientific community, the scientists believe that experiments are more important than the language. They will give more importance to the experiments, their methodologies, their ideas, but they will give very less importance to the language. They forget that English is a communication platform which help them to communicate their finding to the other people. Now, it's our duty to teach or to inform the students or the scholars the importance of English. This will help the scholars or the researchers to do their research work in a good way. Before going to tell them English is so important, we have to tell the importance of English in various fields. Simply, if you go and tell the students that you have to know English or you have to prepare well in English, they won't listen to us. So, first and foremost thing is English is the global language. Over 2 billion people speak English with 400 million native speakers. In the world, more than 6,500 languages are there, but internationally we have English as a common language. India claims to have the world's second largest English-speaking population. Next to US, in India, we are speaking more English. Why English is given that much of importance. I have listed some of the points that can be shared with your students so that the students can understand the importance of English. English allows you to actually broaden your world. If you know English, your world is big. If you doesn't know English, you are in a small area or world. English is the language of the media industry. In media, most of the international medias are using English as their industrial language, and English is the language of the internet. English is the language of internet. So nowadays, the scientific research and experiments will not be come to true without the usage of internet. Internet usage is more important to get some reference or some blueprints or some other experimental details. We need internet. So English is the language which is commonly used in the internet. And then English is the common language used in business. If you know English, you can study all over the world. You can go all over the world and wherever you want, you can study. And we can understand, we can adopt with the multiple cultures. We can easily we can accept or adopt the cultures of different places. Without English, these things are not possible. These things we have to tell our students that we should give importance to English. Otherwise, people won't accept your concept. We should have a solid proof to deliver your point. Otherwise, the people won't accept it. Nowadays, the technology is more important. Technology is more improved. So the people will cross-check immediately whenever we are talking, whenever we are discussing some things in the common platform or common media. Finally, for our topic, many scientific papers are written in English. That's why we are giving priority. That's why the scientific people or scientists or the researchers, those who are working in scientific field, should give importance to English. Otherwise, it is very difficult for them to bring their output to the world. So, we should understand what is the role of science and technology. What makes the world or the human life at this level? Science has the vital role in human being. It gives a sophisticated life to the human. Everything is there now because of science and technology. It gives a luxurious life to human beings. The world is very, very easily accessed to anybody. Because of this sophisticated life, the character of the human beings are changed. Now the human beings are behaved in a different way. If you compare the 80s, 70s or 90s born children or people and today's young generation, there are a lot of changes will be there. The current generation people or the students are more dependent not with the human being, they are more dependent to the science and technology. Simple. If you ask them to multiply a 2-digit number, they need the help of calculator. In earlier days, they will never use calculator. But today, this is what happening. Then, this generation people are more addictive to the technology. Best example, cell phone. Every day when we are going to the office or college or school, we used to check whether you took pen, pencil, book, or even the lunch. But nowadays, say first we will check cell phone, whether we are carried that cell phone or not. Today, the people will live without food, without anything. But it is very hard to live in the world without the cell phone. So people become addictive. It's all the data, all the information are stored in the cell phone in the form of chip or in the form of small SD card or pen drive, whatever it is. We are carrying all the materials with the help of science and technology or instruments. So they are addicted. In the meanwhile, the people are well connected with the world. They are well connected. They know what is happening in and around the world. They are well updated. In the meanwhile, they are updated so much. The younger generations are more updated with the science and technology. They know what to do with the technology. What is the plus and minus, positive side and negative side. Everything they know. So, the science and technology rules the world. This is the current situation of the student. In this situation only our students are living. The biggest challenge with this student is we are very much carefully deal with the student. Otherwise, it is very difficult to convince them about your methodology. They simply say you are outdated. You are the old people. You doesn't know about this current situation or current development. So, first you should try to understand the students or the situation. I use the term as 5G technology or tech. That means students are more updated. We are very difficult to handle a software or handle an instrument or a mobile phone. We took a lot of time to understand or to familiarize with the particular instrument, but within a fraction of time, a boy or a girl or a younger generation people can break or understand, or they can go to the maximum level to exploit the instrument. That much of fast, that much of updation they have. There is no need of computer teacher or computer people to help them to do all the works in the laptop or mobile phone. They themselves updated. That's why I use the word they are 5G technology people. Second, they are hyperactive. Of course, I already know that. But these two are very good. Meanwhile, the current generation people are more sensitive than us. More sensitive. You can't say something hard with them. Immediately they will go and write your name and immediately they will hang in the house. That is what happening. If you say something bad, immediately they will do like that. And they will record before they are going to suicide, they will take a video record, and they will send to their group, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, whatever they are. Every social media they will just spread out and they will do the things. This is what happening today's generation. They are so sensitive. They doesn't know how to handle the situation. They are more addicted or they are more close to the technology and instrument, not with the human people. Human relations are not there. They are talking more with the instrument, not with the human. This make them more sensitive. The fine I put another thing, SMS. This is more interesting because when I'm thinking that why this language is degraded, why we have to give importance to the English, or why we have to tell the people you give importance to the communication language. There I got the solution because this generation people are SMS people. They know to write a chart with other people in short form. If you ask them to write a full sentence, they can't. Because I have a very good experience with my students. Because sometimes if I want to ask something, initially when I started this SMS in the year of 2003 or 2004, we have started using the mobile phone. And when I started my career, I think 2010 or 11, the smartphones are introduced. So most of us, we are not using smartphone. So I used the button phone, and we used to send SMS to students. Whereas SMS is free, so we used to send SMS and we'll ask. So I used to type, hi, where are you? How are you? I need so and so. Can you send this? Like that, I'll make a full sentence and I'll use to send it. But the people, they will reply in a wisely manner. Most of the time, I won't understand what they are asking me or what they are telling me. Then I will used to call them and I'll ask them. Because I'm spending 2 rupees is not big, because they are sending something which is not having any meaning. There is no meaning at all. Simply they sent something. But they know what they have sent. Initially I would be a little confused. They put for and you. What is that for you? And nearly I break my head for 2 or 3 days to identify what is for you. Then because they send the SMS by Friday, I think. So next Monday I am meeting them and I ask them, what do you mean by? I show them SMS and ask, what do you mean by this? For you. Then they say, sir, for you. Oh, for you means very good. That's what is happening. So now, not only SMS, they are more addicted to smiley. They will talk with smileys. If they feel bad, one smiley. If they are happy, one smiley. This is the world of the youngsters. Now I want to check where students' communication skill. Just do a simple experiment. Just ask students to write a letter in English and Tamil and ask them to send. That's a leave letter. Ask them to send it immediately through your phone. Then you understood how much knowledge or how much skill they have in their communication. Not only in English, even in Tamil, they will struggle. That is the situation of the students now. That is the current situation. We are standing there. We doesn't know what to do, how to handle the students. If you say something, immediately they will say you are outdated. This is a modern English. So as teachers, we used to get some leave letters. So there will be, when they are writing the leave letter and submitting, I used to read it. And I find most of the time I find the letters are meaningless. Immediately I'll ask them, what you wrote? And then I'll ask whether you have studied Tamil medium or English medium. Then they say, I'm from CBSE school or international school. Then I'll ask, is the letter is right? Then immediately they will reply, this is modern English. You are using old English, there is no format. Even they have no letter format, nothing will be followed. Simply they write something just like a small hints or notes and they will submit it without having any meaning. they will present it and they will say this is the modern world and we are the modern people. This made them for the degradation of the English language. Now, we should inform this kind of people the importance of science and English. Most people will confuse with science and English. They doesn't know the difference between science and English. They feel both are same. This is a subject, this is a subject. They will give equal weightage for English and science. They will learn English just how they learn science. But we should tell the scholars of us, tell our students that science is the facts learned through experiments and observation. Science needs experiments and observations and data, whereas English is a language. That we have to tell them very clearly. English is not a knowledge, it is a language. This media are for communication. So the human people use some method to communicate with each other. That is an English. So English means is a communication medium. That we have to tell them very clearly. Now they will ask a question, why we have to use English? The science and scientists need their language, a common language to communicate their finding with others. There are, as I told you earlier, 6,500 languages are there. We need a common language for communication. Otherwise, all the scientific research will be wasted. So most of the people in India, we doesn't have a common knowledge about the language. Because of that, many findings are thrown in the dustbin. Many people are doing some innovative ideas, innovative experiments. They bring some wonderful methodology, but they doesn't know how to communicate his methodology or ideas or his findings with the other science people, and finally they fail in their experiments. They are working hard, all the scientists, all the researchers ready to work, they are ready to do any kind of experiments, but they are not ready to improve their English knowledge. Now, we have to tell our students we need a common language. For what? Why we need a common language? That we have to explain clearly. So, a researcher and a scientist need recognition. All the researchers, all the scientists need and recognition in the society. When they are doing some research, they are finding some result, and finding new invention means they need recognition in the world. And they need acceptance. The concept or their objectives or their result has to be accepted by the other people. Others should understand the concept. What they are going to tell or what they are written in the experiment, what they did in during the experiment, that the other people should understood. And the scholars and the scientists has to transfer their ideas to others. For all this, they need the papers or their findings should be published in journals. So publication is more important. So when you need recognition, your papers should be published. Your research should be published. When you need acceptance, your research paper should be published in a good journal, or you should get a better. So when you want to transfer your data or your idea to others, we need publications and pattern. For this, we need a language. So we feel English is the good the common language for communicating your scientific findings with others. Again, the question: why should English? Why should we select some other language? The answer is here. Most of the books are published in English. Many journals, nearly 98%, I think, 98% of the journals which is published in online mode is in English. All the reports, most of the reports which is published in India are in English. In the world, majority is in English. Articles, papers, news. For all this thing, when it comes to the science community, we need English as the common language. If you publish in Tamil or Malayalam or Hindi or some other language, it will reach to a particular set of people or particular community people. But when you publish your findings in English, it will reach all over the world. That's why we should learn English in publishing, in exploring, in communicating with others. So, all scientists or researchers, they need a global recognition. Their findings should be recognized globally. That is the ultimate aim of a scientist. So publishing a scientific research in English will help it become globally recognized. But English is not only essential for publishing work. Learning English will help you in terms of doing your own academic research. When you want to do your own academic research, learning English will help. In what way? When you refer some journals or refer some books, most of the books are in English. So we know how to refer a book in internet or how to refer a journal from the internet. So 98% of the scientific research papers published online are in English. This is very important point. 98%. So 98% of the research papers which is published in online are in English. So when you access internet, without internet there is no science nowadays. We need internet for getting some information about our work. So we are using internet. So whenever you are using internet, so the scholars and scientists, English language is essential. They should very familiarize in these three important points. A scientist should know how to speak fluently in English. Otherwise, it is very difficult for them to explain the concept to the scientific community. If you are finding some data or analyzing you are getting some output. If you doesn't know to explain your data, that means you failed in your research. And you should know the skill of speaking. What to speak, how to speak. Then reading is very important. We should read more papers and we should know to write English in a proper way. These three are very important for all the scholars and the scientists. When you have a confidence in English, you can communicate easily with other researchers. That is what we need English. Communicating with others in English allow you to learn from other researchers. So we should have confidently communicate with other people in English. That will allow you to learn something from them. Learning the English language is the most essential for everyone, especially for the scientific people. In order to have globally recognized work, English is often deemed a necessity. A Korean researcher, Kongju, had said like this: the reason that have to use English at a cost of extra time and effort is closely related to their continued efforts to be recognized as having internationally compatible quality and to gain the highest possible reputation. So this is a finding of a research scholar, Korean researcher. It's a non-English speaking scientist. When you want an internationally acceptable or recognized thing, when you need an international recognition or when you need an international acceptance, you need to use English as your language of communication. Try to explain your findings. How to explain it? When you try to explain your thing in English, initially feel very difficult because all the scientific people, when they are starting their career, they feel very difficult. Even all the researchers, they will find very difficult. They will do their continuous research work very well. They will get data, they will analyze, and they will get the result. But once they bring this result to their guide, the guide will tell them to write it or to make them in the report. Not only in the research scholars, even the MSc or BSc or BE or ME students, they will do their work very neatly. But if you ask them to write their findings in a paper, many people will try to escape from that situation. They feel very difficult to write their findings. They will try to explain the local language, Tamil or Malayalam or Kannada, whatever it is. But they won't explain anything in English. Even they are afraid about the Viva examination, the paper presentations. They won't accept. They will stand behind. Precisions, communication, and scientific terms are so important in research. all the scientific terms, when you try to translate in the local language, will make you a lot of confusions. So we should accept a common platform in order to keep up with the fellow scientists and to be able to see your work reach a global audience. English is a must. Again, we are telling, when you need some precisions, when you have some good communication, when you know all the terms, scientific terms and everything which will be in the English, it is very easy to communicate with the global audience. If you are not having a communication skill, it is very difficult. In many countries, college level science education is now educated in English. So most of the scientific subjects or science subjects are taught in English. Many countries, they are accepted college level teaching will be in English. Studying science in English is good preparation for the future scientific career, and partially because of the necessary words often doesn't exist in any other language. That is the main problem in selecting other language. Some of the necessary, very important words are not there in the other languages. So most of the words, if you try to translate, it takes years or months together. So translating is a huge work. So instead of going to translate the books or terms, we can directly accept the language and we can adopt it. English is not a too difficult language. We have only 26 letters there. In English, 21.84% of the total number of titles are published. If you compare the whole titles which is published per year, nearly 21%, nearly 21.84% will be published in English. So most of the titles are published in English. English is as the international language of science since the end of Second World War. Since the end of Second World War, English has become the established language of scholarly communication, but not without controversy. More than 3/4 of scientific papers today are published in English, and in some field it is more than 90% according to the data compiled by Scott. So according to the Scott, the scientist, so nearly 90% of the work will be published in English. English as the international language of science. Since the end of the Second World War, English has become the established language of scholarly community, but not without controversy. More than 3/4 of scientific papers today are published in English, and in some field it is more than 90% according to data compiled by Scott. To qualify for inclusion in Scopus, so when you want to qualify in Scopus, other languages very difficult. So inclusion in English abstract of the more than 21,000 articles from 239 countries currently in the database. The study found that 80% were written entirely in English. So even when you want the Scopus journal list, so we should know English, or we should write your articles in English. So out of 239 countries, so the database, based on the database, 239 countries, 80% of the written papers are entirely in English. In short, scientists who want to produce influential, globally recognized work most likely need to publish in English, which means they will also likely have to attend English language conference, read English language paper, and have English language discussion. This is very important for all the scientists. Whenever they are making a conference, or when they are meeting with the other friends or other scholars, they should discuss their findings or their scientific ideas in English. This is how we can improve your English knowledge, and this will help you to improve your English skill. How to improve? So we should know, or we should encourage our students and scholars to listen. The first and foremost thing is we should listen to others. So nowadays this is very difficult for the student. They are ready to speak, but they are not ready to listen. Listening is a very big task. Nobody is ready to listen. All of them need the mic. Nobody is ready to sit. So we should teach them, we should encourage them to listen others. When you listen others, you will get more ideas. When you listen others, we should understand their communication. We should understand their skill. And then we should read. There is a very big issue, second and foremost thing. Very big issue. The people forget to read. They are not ready to read anything. They need everything ready-made, fast culture. So they feel that everything is in soft copy, or they know everything is available on internet. They will simply say, I don't want any notes, I don't want to take any hard copy. Whenever I want, I will open my internet and I will read and I will write. But they will never do it. So reading, we have to encourage our students to read some good scientific book. Don't tell them to read in English paper or whatever it is. If you are advising them to read English paper, one of my teacher told me, if you are interested, if you want to improve your English skill, you try to take the English paper and read which the topic which is more interesting to you. Just take a page. So I used to read only the cricket news. I'll take the paper and I'll go to the last page and research where the cricket news is there, and I used to read only that particular thing. I won't read any other thing. I won't read political news, I won't read any economical news or any other thing. I used to read regularly the English paper for the cricket news. That helped me a lot to improve the English knowledge. Next, we should tell them to write. Regularly we should ask them to write certain things, their own words or their own thinking, whatever they are studying. We should ask them to write in a complete sense. So nowadays most of the people, they are telling the students, English language is not important, only the technical terms are important. You write the technical terms, you will get mark. So that's the way some of the teachers are teaching. So mainly because of the result-oriented teaching is going in this way. So we have to tell our students, try to write a complete sentence. Try to speak. Whether it is right or wrong, try to speak something in English. Ask them in English and tell them to reply in English. This will improve the students and scholars English knowledge. If you can dedicatedly, continuously monitor and tell all these parameters to them, definitely you can make the students to feel English as a comfortable language, and you can make them to feel English is one of the most important parameter or language or communication platform for the science. Thank you one and all for watching this webinar, and I would like to thank Dr. Virudhunagar for giving me this opportunity, and I also thank the principal and all the organizing committees for selecting me. As I'm not an English professor, I'm from geology background, and I like to share this knowledge, because whenever we are doing the research, we feel very difficult to communicate with other people and we feel afraid. So I thought it's the right time to tell our colleagues, friends, the importance of English, so that you can make use of this platform and you can make use of your students, and you can bring good output, and you can tell the value of English to the younger generation. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi everybody. Before I submit my thanks to a resource person, I must reveal the truth here. For everything, for every program, there is a power, there is an energy behind this. For this National Faculty Development Program here, I would like to unveil the truth, the energy behind the minus, and the forum which we are using as his own. The People's Park has created by him. He has been running this channel very successfully. This program is actually created for his own student when he was working at engineering college. When some students were unable to listen at a classroom, he has think and created a channel especially for them. Now it is running successfully. He is none other than Dr. Jyoti Murugan, additional controller of examination and assistant professor of physics, GTN Arts and Science College, Dindigul, Tamil Nadu. Without his kind heart, without his help, we could not meet each other. You could not listen. You could not know what is happening actually here, without any hindrance, without any fault. He has been giving us. He has as mediator. He is not only a mediator. He is a technician, and has whole kind heart to meet each other. With his effort, with his kind heart, this program comes to an end with a successful note. Once again, I express my sincere gratitude. From my bottom of heart, I thank Dr. Jyoti Murugan, additional COE and assistant professor of physics from GTN Arts and Science College, Dindigul. Sir, without your help, one thing I am sure that without your help, I could not conduct this program. I have arranged all the resource person. I talked with him. I made 10 objectives. I have been talking about, I have been thinking about how could I make all this possible. Once time, just 3 days before the program, I was fed up with whether I can use Google Meet at Zoom. Everything has gone nil. This is my word. Without your effort, all my efforts definitely come with smoke. We could not have meet either. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Without you, nothing will happen in this forum. Thank you. Thank you for your People's Park channel. I wish it will be succeeded. Dear participants, you can watch all other videos and the same People Spark channel. Dr. Jyoti Murugan has posted his many lectures on this, not only for physics students, it is for all the students and all the teachers. Any teacher can download his videos and lectures anytime. I wish you all. So thank you very much for your help and the help at a needed time. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I express my sincere gratitude to Dr.D.Satheesh Herbert Singh, Head and Assistant Professor of Malankara Catholic College, Mariyagiri, Kaliyakkavilai, Kanyakuamri district, Tamil Nadu. Sir, really you have done well. Your lecture was completely a new one for English teachers and other major teachers. As I said earlier, this faculty development is not only for English teachers, English major teachers, it is for all the teachers, teachers from various fields, teachers from all the majors, teachers, scholars and the freelance writers and school teachers, faculty from various departments. This faculty is for everyone. Like that you made clear from your geology department, you came to this faculty development program and you made all the people lucid about your language and your knowledge about a particular subject on academic purpose. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your a new idea, a new methodology, a new idea for all the listeners how to teach English for other major students. Really, it's a challenging one. How to teach English subject for engineering students, arts students, and science students. Because all these students, I mean, all these UG students, their mentality is completely different. We could not teach the same lesson, the same methodology to arts, science, and engineering, even though they are all the students, but their input, I mean their basic knowledges are different. I had both experience at engineering and arts and science. And you made a very clear explanation, very clarified explanation for all the teachers from various departments. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your new idea in academic purpose. Thank you very much for your speech. Now, dear participants, now this is my turn as the coordinator and organizer of this National Faculty Development Program. From my bottom of the heart, I thank all the participants from various states of India. Somebody from Kashmir, somebody from Trivandrum, somebody from Andhra, somebody from Karnataka. I had all the requests from all these people, my teachers, I mean my respondents, my participants are all from all the states of India. I'm very happy. Even though we had some issues about feedback from the first day, it is resolved on the second day. On the third day, we don't have any queries regarding feedback form. And anyhow, third day we had some technical issues, that is audio of Mr. Satheesh. It was not quiet. On the entire lecture time, we were trying to develop that. We were trying to find out some mistake on that. It was gone well. I think some of you might have heard his voice nicely. But anyhow, I express my sincere thanks. I feel that a single word thanks cannot be a right thing at this right moment. The gratitude may be a right word and an apt word for this right time. On this occasion, I must thank my principal who believed me, who has permitted me to conduct this program. I really thank you, sir. And I thank all the resource persons From first day, Dr. Binu Jats, second day, Thirumalai Rajan sir, third day, Satheesh, fourth day, Sivaranjani ma'am, from Ph.D. Technology. She has 20 years of experience, more than 20 years of experience and 15 years of training experience. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Special thank for you because my teacher, Dr. Sindhil Kumar was unable to give his lecture on the particular day because he is not feeling well. I'm extremely sorry for that. And I must thank you. Thank for Suranjani ma'am for the special invitation. She accepted my invitation within a fraction of a second. And he and Suranjani ma'am, you didn't change my topic at all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for that. And the last day presenter, the fifth day, a concluder, his Dr. Satheesh Herbert Singh. A special thank to him. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And my lovable and senior lecturers, experienced teachers. There are three associated professors have been with us. They are the participants. On the first day, before the first day at night, I got a call from Dr. Naveen Mehta from Madhya Pradesh. He was appreciating the effort of the young teacher. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Dr. Naveen Mehta, and my dear all participants. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope we will meet with another program. Soon the Department of English, Malankara Catholic University is going to conduct another program for faculty development. I hope we will meet on the same occasion. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hope you all well. Thank you very much.